Studying her work in my early 20s is really how I learned to use the diagonals of classical geometry as primary design elements in my own work. It was really revelatory for me. What I find her using mostly is the inner squares. It's their diagonals she always seems to be focused on. And that basic armature in and of itself is enough to create a really dynamic design. It's really all you need. The golden section really isn't necessary here. They're interesting enough by themselves. And I recognize this format from back in the film days as what was likely an RZ67. That was my workhorse throughout the 90s, and I had it rigged up just like this too. But let's get more basic and look at the square in a square format. I think she liked the Hasselblad 500 CM, and see how simple it can actually be. I think this whole thing is based loosely on the square, because that's what's really informing the dominant diagonals here. We have two figures. All of the action is looking to the left, reaching to the left, leaning to the left. And in order to balance that, all the shapes which hold all the weight in terms of value and contrast are off to the right. But what really creates the balance here are these double doubles, and they're countering the primary direction. These elements are so closely lined up with the square's opposite diagonal that I would consider it the same. It just works on a fundamental level. Let's check out some 35mm full frame. She started out with a Nikon F and then later added the Leica M6. So here's the left side square, right side square, and both together. Center line, some obvious repetition, two strong diagonal elements. Let's see if we can further divide the right side square and find the upper arm. Just super impressive. Let's map out one more 35mm full frame in. These black edges you see are actually the edge of the negative in the enlarger. Printing in the full frame is integrative design. That means you're not cropping in post, you're cropping in the camera. That's how skilled you are.